Yeah, buddy, roll it like a big shot. Escalate, tuned up, NASCAR pit stop. Diamonds in my mouth, I don't even need a wristwatch. Saying that you got it, you can fuck around and get got. I'm stretching, lean out like a ballerina. I be looking for money like how you seen it. Got a mouth full of water like Catalina. I be sipping that drink like I'm Justin Bieber. That with the smart bitch wanna see me. Eat it like a king, told her check please. I can grab it, Escalade V or the vet keys. Deep in that water, high, I need a jet ski. I ride my wave on 'em. I'm making plays on them. Put my foot on their neck and it stay on them. You want problems, I'm putting the bay on them. It's automated when the compensated. I'ma get it cracking in the so what's up, Lil?
You say that you want it, make sure you for sure. My shooters, they on it, they ready to go.
Go get you walking with the ratchet. I'ma let them have it, that's it. Ran out of luck, Lil.
Don't need no practice, I'm up in the scope. I jump out the top rope, think the mattress and broke. All cut muddy, clutching on a big Glock. Reaching for my neck, that's the quickest way to get shot.
Beat them up, left them with scratches like hip hop. Slapping my pockets, left them with a big knot.
What a drink, man, gotta go and make a pit stop. $250,000 when it's spun on the wristwatch.
Got her ass over like a book, I'm finna write it in. I ain't talking football, but she got a tight end. This is studs like a fat, this for small pants, teeth bustin'.
I'm hit it hard, make the beats keep cussing. I ain't got time to do shit, I'm hustling. He don't wanna really bump heads, he bluff. He plus that can't beat me in nothing. He asked to go to sleep, it won't be on my country. Wait OT to a whole nother country.
Yeah, buddy, roll it like a big shot. Escalate, tuned up, NASCAR pit stop. Diamonds in my mouth, I don't even need a wristwatch. Saying that you got it, you can fuck around and get got. I'm stretching, lean out like a ballerina. I be looking for money like how you seen it. Got a mouth full of water like Catalina. I be sipping that drink like I'm Justin Bieber. That with the smart bitch wanna sex me. Eat it like a king, told her check please. I can grab it, Escalade V or the vet keys. Deep in that water, high, I need a jet ski. I ride my wave on 'em. I'm making plays on them. Put my foot on their neck and it stay on them. You want problems, I'll put in the bay on them.
Codeine is floating up out of my, floating up out of my. She wanna suck me inside the arena. Louis V denim came straight from the clean. Double D's on the cutter, she sing like Selena. I walked to the plug and then drove back to Newlands. Running from the laws got me barking. The engine can't catch me, I'm dogging a demon. Drip with the gangsters that's plotting and scheming. Just bought a paint, got me honestly fiending. Really woke up in the mansion, cartoons on the ceiling worth millions. Bro, thought I was dreaming. Raised with the OGs, big pokey, we leaning. Dope my cup, cost the LV beam. Sprint whatever I wish, she genie. She tryna hot my dog, eat wing.
Toby, just do it.
Hey, yo, is that Mexican OT? That good though. Got me looking just like Johnny Dang. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken, kind of bread like kinds good. Got a Mexican liquor like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket go. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty baby from Dirty Bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames. Chopping on the block, while the leg doing jumper jacks. Smoking on the wood, yellow timber like it's lumberjack. Suppressor on the Mac 10, sounding like it's bubble wrap. TV in the shower, I'ma give his bubble bath. Choppers and choppers, look, I got a whole lot of that. With the steel, I'ma kill, yeah, I got him falling back. Got me feeling like a baby that's fiending, so with my body let, I'm just rhyming words, I don't even know how to rap. Every time that they see me, baby, lead it, I'm flossed up. Got crossed up, in the dirt, and I bounced up. I'll be catching these places around, they get moused up. I'll be eating the let's how to get it tossed up. Pop trunk on the hat while we waving goodbye. I'm from Lone Star, sipping lean with pecan pie. I don't play by respect for that, we gon' die. Time and money, so baby, believe I'ma be on time. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken, kind of bread like kinds good. Got a Mexican liquor like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket go. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty baby from Dirty Bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames.
In the leg smoked out, long phones poked out. Keep peas in the drought, get the money down south. Feeling like Johnny Dang, got diamonds in my chain. Hit your in the guts with this big old thing. I got ice on my neck like it's swollen. They cold in the yeah, these diamonds look frozen. Real players get chose, so you know that I be chosen. Got exotic in my pocket, grab a slap with it and I roll it. I stay out the way, don't be all in the mix. Call me for sevens, don't call me for six. I ain't selling no grands, but come by a zip. See the streets getting dry, finna go and take a trip, let's deal. Hold up, wait a minute, if I get it, then I spend it. When I'm in it, can't pretend it, keep it tinted with my business. I'm relentless, see no witness. I got 2 rent houses in the getting rented. Step in the box for a minute. Umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken, kind of bread like kinds good. Got a Mexican liquor like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket coke. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty baby from Dirty Bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames.
I got ice all over my body looking like a snowman. Big rocks in the grill dancing like a slow jam. My chain so heavy I'm walking like an old man. Try me, you gon' get tagged like a spray paint can. Smoking something from Spokane, I'm getting throwed. It's getting cold, put on a coat, my ice froze. Riding foes, I'm poking out on nice toes. Drive slow, my trunk up and the lights glow. When I'm sitting so low to the ground, I might scrape it. Nothing fake, candy to paint, I might flake it. Riding down 288 in the top vacant. Thinking you gon' run up on me, then you mistaken. Getting baked, breaking them off and leaving stains. I came through dripping a puddle, you thought it rained. Everything flawed. flawless from the grills to the chain. I done spent a lot of change, now I'm looking like Johnny
Louis
Dang.
Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken, kind of bread like Kane's good. Got a Mexican liquor like Johnny Dang. Need deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket go. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty baby from dirty bay with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up.
What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop onto these charts, make sure you read what's on the screen. And happy Thursday, November 20th. I always try to call out the date. This beautiful Thursday, November 20th, as I usually say. Make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's going on, chat? How we doing? How are we doing, chat? What's happening? Good morning. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Solus of Zero, Kim ZE, Chris A11. Good morning, Fast Money, JB, Enrico, Pam. What is happening? Good morning, Money Reaper, Riles. You guys and your crazy names. ADL King. Yo, we bullish on life. Big time bullish on life. Big time. Blue Water Cruiser, good morning. Good morning to everybody on X, which I can never see, although we are blowing up on X, man. I had, just so you guys know, which is crazy, I had double the amount of my previous all-time highest concurrent viewers yesterday on stream. I get the stats for all of them, you know, right, for all of the platforms that I stream across, because I multi-stream. We doubled it yesterday. Not like we beat the all-time high. Not like we did a little bit more. Doubled it. Crazy. I don't know what you guys got going on this week, but we got a lot of people in here, man. A lot of people in here. So we got some stuff to talk about. We got markets to talk about. We got some stuff going on with Top 1 Futures. Some good stuff that I know you guys been waiting on. We got some fun stuff to talk about, man. We're probably going to give out another instant funded account. I don't know. I'm not streaming tomorrow and Monday, so we're probably going to do something fun. We'll talk about that. Talk about next week. But first, got to talk about these markets. What's up, Brian? What's going on? Joe, Mazul, what's happening? Or Mazharal? I don't know, man. I'm terrible with names. What's going on? Slothfather, Kobe, and Mike Z and Jess are usually on kick, so I'll go ahead and early just say what's up to them. Appreciate you all for hopping on. And if you're on X, if you're watching this from X, man, and you want low latency, no ads, I am streaming on Kick. I am streaming on YouTube. Real Deal Zag, Real Deal Futures. You look up anything, any one of those, you're going to catch me. Now, let's talk about this market. Because so far, here's my weekly P&L for this account, which I trade live almost every day with you guys. It's a Top 1 Futures live account, technically a pre-live account. It's a 15K. I've been working in it for about 6 weeks now after getting moved to a live account, which is pretty sweet. Taking 10 payouts, and yeah, it's gone pretty well. No complaints. So before we talk today, this market, I want to talk about this week. No Trade Monday, right? Just did not have a setup. The last 2 days in here, guys, I took really the same trade. I was really leaning long. I was looking long. I wanted the high 600s, which are trading right now, the high 46,600s. I said it multiple times. The zone's marked. You can go back and watch. Held this bad boy all day after a long in here. Round tripped it all the way back down here on Tuesday. Monday was no trade. Tuesday was like $100 green. Yesterday was break even. Neither one of these days during the NYSE session would I have been able to capture this move. Brian made a good point. I was talking about it in the Discord. Brian made a really good point. He said bigger players who wanted to load up long never made it easy. So bigger players, right, who wanted to load up long and run it into today oftentimes aren't going to make it easy for just, for the nice clean move to happen during NYSE session, right? Outside of who wanted to make it happen or not happen or any of those narratives, just looking at the chart objectively, right? I liked this. I like this aggressively long, right? Held that bad boy. This one showed me profit. This one showed me profit. I was holding for this larger move. I had a real strong indication, guys. I usually don't. I'm not that, I'm just not that weight any one trade that much. But this is just such a clear-cut classic movement out of YM. Like, if you just stare at the charts for long enough, you go, that's probably going to happen. We're going to run back up there at some point, right? And if I get a good entry, you know, for a long, I want to run it. You could go back and immediately watch the session yesterday. I was trying to keep myself patient because I was so damn bullish. Just couldn't grab it. There was no opportunity to grab this move outside of trading the overnight session, which at very best, right? Let's take a look at that. You know, what entry are you getting? You're buying the top of yesterday's high, right? At very best after session changeover. You know, this is just one of those moves where, you know, we really would have been having to hold through the overnight session. That's just not an option with prop firms. It's really just not an option with prop firms. I even got long on this on YM multiple times on both days across multiple other sim accounts. I took W's on some of those, little $1,000 here, $1,000 there, but I saw us coming back up here. You know, this is just a clear-cut spot, right? If I zoom out, you're going to see the volume profile shift, right? You know, if we're not just going to dump from here with zero pullback, this is the hourly chart, obvious spot, right? So frustrating. You know, I'd be lying if I said this was not frustrating to see today, because I'm also attempting to hold my trades for longer. I'm going for these larger movements, and you know, this is a $2,500 to $3,000 move here with a mini, right? If we're, you know, well, maybe I'm not buying the lows and catching 700 points, right? But you know, maybe it's a $2,000, $2,500 move. It's just a little bit tough to see this one for sure. So anyway, overall, this is what I was shooting for the last 2 days. This price action market structure today with the move to the upside, right off of the open, right off of session changeover, not NYSE open. This is going to make it pretty difficult to trade. I'm really not looking short on this. It's one of those weeks, and they happen, right? They come where you're waiting patiently, you're executing, you're taking your trades, and the market's just not working with you. It's just not working with you. It's not hurting me, right? I'm essentially flat. You know, I'm $100 and something green in this account for the whole week. And then here we are into Thursday, and the move that I wanted, all the way into today has already played out. So now what? You short it. You're going to short the high. You're going to take the opposite side of your, of your potential position all the way up here at 46,700s. Maybe on a sweep of that Tuesday's high. I'm a little bit frustrated with the way YM has worked with me this week. Again, can't complain about break even and small profit. Really can't. But I will tell you, on another, on an earlier version of me, I'm tilting today. On another version of me, I'm like, this effing market, man. I was long here twice, long here again. It messed with me. It faked us out, came all the way back down to close at the lows. Faked us out again, came all the way back down here to close in the middle of nothing. And then as soon as we open up, we run, right off the bat. Here's the 300-point move to the upside. And then NFP print, here we go. Another almost 300 points to the upside. Now we get NYSE open with a big daily, bullish candle on a, in the middle of a downtrend. So nothing we could do about it, but I just wanted to talk about this. This is what I was shooting for. I'm not a genius. I don't have it all figured out. I don't always know what the market's going to do. I never know what the market's going to do. Nobody does. But there was a reason, if you go back yesterday and watch, I hardly ever speak like that. I really am not like so bullish. I'm oftentimes looking short. But this is just a classic move. We had not come above prior day high in so dang long, right? Just prior bar lows being broken, no sweeps of prior day high. Boom, easy, man. This was an easy one, but just didn't get it. Live account will let you hold overnight if you have enough. Capital, right? I've done that before, plenty of times. Multiple minis overnight. This type of movement, when we have NFP to hold from here to here in a live account with a margin increase, you need big capital to hold a couple minis. Honestly, not big capital, but you need a decent amount of capital. But anyway, that's a long enough review. Coming into the session, I'm again, past me, I'm aggressive, I'm tilting, the market owes me, I didn't make any money this week. I'm coming in hands off, man. I fully expect not low expectations, super at low expectations. I've waited patiently all week. I've taken my trades. I've held them all damn day. Just so you guys know, I held this trade to the close. I was taken out at 4:10 p.m. and I was stopped out at break even, which was a stupid move on my part. Stop loss to break even was definitely an execution flaw here. I don't know why I keep falling for the scam that is stop loss to break even, but at very best, this would have been a small win, right? Here's the close where we got to be out 4:10 p.m. Eastern. I essentially held all day into 3 p.m. when I got stopped down here, 2:45 p.m., 3 p.m. So anyway, going to see what the market's got for us today. Very low expectations, very low. The moves happened. I don't have a strong indication one way or over another on this. I think we could easily pop to the upside really aggressively and come right back to this area, or come right back down here, or potentially break down lower. This is the middle ground. I'd be picking a direction. I do think that this would be a rather large movement for YM to make, right? We'd be exceeding some average session daily ranges to put a big candle to the upside here when we've already had a pretty nice movement through the overnight session as we get ready to come into NYSE Open here. Almost a 500-point candle so far here at YM. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. If we really aggressively pop to the upside, I'm looking at the 1 hour. If we really aggressively pop to the upside, maybe a short. I'm not going to short this here. It's just not my play. Maybe a short from here, but I think I'm going to frustratingly watch this thing just run today. And, here was the larger movement that I wanted to be in long down here and try to capture some of this move to the upside. So we'll see. We'll see. It's usually how it goes, right? You start to make the correct adjustments in your trading, which for me is holding my trades a little bit longer. And it's about the time the market goes, no, we're going to go into see profit, take profit mode. We're not going to run. We're not going to move in one direction. We're going to chop around. We're going to move in the overnight session. It's usually the way that it goes. Market tries you. So here we are, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, opening up to the upside. We have our NFP print, but no unemployment claims. Opening up above VWAP, opening up above prior day high. This is a nice bullish open here. When we look at where we are relative, at least what I classify as a bullish open, where we are relative on the day compared to yesterday specifically. Opening up above, obviously, right? Above prior day high. Nicely above VWAP here, right? Almost 200 points above VWAP. So this is looking pretty strong right into the open. Prior days, prior weeks, looking to the downside, right? Like we were talking about, multiple days cracking to the downside, bottoming out down here, pretty key level on the chart, right? If we look at left, really zoomed out on the 4 hour, if we were going to come below this, right? Like, which I was pretty confident getting long here. If we were going to come below this, where were we headed? All the way down here, right? All the way down below these lows from October, which would have really indicated that, we had some trouble in this market. Nope, not yet. Maintaining this high time frame uptrend. Nice clean pullback, right? Really just not breaking any super duper major lows here. And now we're popping, almost 1,000 points off the low. So, not pretty normal market structure and price action, honestly. Just the time frames that it happened, for me this week, just really didn't give me a chance to execute. Holding, this would have been a beautiful hold for overnight session to just hold on for multiple days to really swing trade it. But not possible in prop accounts, and just really not what I'm doing in my live account, although it's making the case for me to do it. So here we are, blasting off, trading out the 800s, big push to the upside. Again, guys, I don't have a trade on this long, right? I have no entry on this. I have zero way to structure risk to place a stop 450 points right below these lows. Not it. I fully believe we run. I think we run all the way up here. Not going to short it here. Maybe we look for shorts up here, but again, I'm coming in with low expectations. Again, I trade from higher time frame perspective. There's a downside to that. There's definitely a downside to that. The upside is you get a whole lot more time to think. I feel that I can just understand what's going on in the market when I'm trading off the 15, zoomed out. I'm looking at the daily a lot better. I just seem to do better with the structure that's going on. I can connect days and weeks together and then really bring that with me into the trading session on the lower time frame and look for these smaller movements. The downside is they take a long time to play out. The moves take longer to play out. You are going for larger movements. And oftentimes, once the market makes its big move, right? Maybe that's the overnight session or later into the day. If you haven't found a way to execute and structure risk, that's it. That's kind of it. So worth noting on that type of stuff. Worth noting. Let's see. Let's see. Bullish on life. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Again, we got some stuff to talk about today. We got some stuff to talk about outside of just the markets. Talking about the markets to open up. Appreciate everybody hopping on. We got some fun stuff to talk about. I'll keep you guys updated in a minute. But first, I want to watch this open. See we go from here. Daniel, Robert, Magic of Candles. Bro, you look sick on that beard. We want that long. Rhombus, what's up, Trader Crew? Call it tweet market. FenQ is the psycho ex-girlfriend, and YM is the goober who looks like a nerd, but isn't as smart. Yep, I would agree with that. YM's the black sheep. I have that dragon meme that I'll try to find in a little bit, but it's funny. It's very funny. Made a dip to show it's going down. Trap sellers. Sure. Kim, what's going on? Good morning, Rhombus. Talk to you guys. Patience gonna reward. Yeah. Patience is the key, man. It's paid me a lot. Paid me a lot this year. Gus, what's up? NFP was a dud. Yeah, I'd say like on YM, it didn't look too aggressive. When I hopped over to ES and NQ, it was more aggressive. But you know that's the move after YM. You know, and really quick, almost 500-point move, and over the course of an hour. It's that's a newsprint for you. This itself wasn't a huge NFP, but we didn't get unemployment claims, which I think everybody was waiting on as well. So I hear that. Wolf, what's up? Good morning, Wolf. Congrats on the payout again, man. Wolf taking his first payout with Top 1 Futures on one of the toughest accounts. Wolf, man. The Discord's killing it. I said I was going to post you guys up on socials. I didn't do that yet, but I'm definitely going to do that. Definitely going to hype everybody up. My Discord has been absolutely crushing it. Pinned to the top of the chat if you want to hop in a 100% free trading Discord. No course, no VIP. You can hop on the live sessions, but hella people taking their first payouts, taking multiple payouts, taking big payouts, small payouts, everything in between. Awesome, man. Consistent trading out of you guys. It's so sick to see. I love it. Really love it. But yeah, Wolf gets the big W, and a few of you other guys for sure. I called out a lot of people from Discord this week. Omega, what's up? Blue Water Cruiser. I agree, Zach. Love the 15-minute and the 60-minute. Yeah. Again, even for intraday trading, guys, like it depends on the instrument, right? How volatile it is. Like, ES, I can handle the really low time frames, but even then, I just find myself getting lost in the sauce a little bit. I find myself always wanting to view the higher time frame. It just provides, so much more information, like so much more data, right? It's not that it's, in my humble opinion, better or worse, that it's more reliable. I think it's just slower, and maybe I'm just a slow guy. I don't know. But I think like what you're attempting to do on the 1-minute chart or below that even, is really look at market structure and price action over the last, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and then trade within that. And it's all doable, right? Plenty of people do it with a lot of success, or they run a low time frame, really zoomed out. It's just really fast, really fast, objectively. Like, you are needing to process information and make good decisions and continue to make if-then statements at a really fast rate. And it's doable, especially for trading momentum and things like that. I just go with what works for me, right? Over the last year, coming into 2 years, coming into futures, what I've really resigned myself to is letting go of ego, letting go of trying to copy what anybody else is doing, to be on whatever is popular, whatever, and just like look at my data. And when I have something that's like, wow, you are performing exceptionally well on YM, like I was earlier this year when I started to transition, and you are completely underperforming on ES. Why do you keep trading ES? Like, why do you need to trade ES on the 1-minute chart? Why do you, is it a popular thing? You want to trade what other people are trading? Is it you're worried about coming off and transitioning? What are these things? If my data says hold your trades, like hold on to them, take the stop outs and hold on to these bad boys because they effing run, I'm going to try to do that, right? I'm just going to try to do the thing that's in front of me that makes sense. And for me, YM, 15-minute chart, holding on to trades a little bit longer, not going stop loss to break even. It did make sense yesterday. I will defend myself. It made sense yesterday to not hold all the way through a low of day coming into power hour, but probably not to go stop loss to break even. Low frequency of trades with high risk. Put the full risk on. That always seems to be the answer. Give myself one good shot is really all I need. I typically I don't need 47 losses before a win. That's just not my style. But you got to find what those things are for you. Right? Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to cater to a different style, to have something that works better or worse for them. And it's a long journey to find what that is, but experiment, try different things. If what you're doing is not working at all over a large sample size, try something different. But once you have something that's simple, that you feel like could work, that's working in back testing, that's working on forward testing, stick with that. Stick with that for a long sample size. And I'm guilty of sticking with things too long after they're, when I really need to make an adjustment, because I think for the most part, I always swapped too quickly. 1 week, 2 weeks, that's not enough. Unless you're a super high frequency trader, that's not enough data. A couple trades, right? Maybe even a month. It's really not that much data. You might have gotten a trash month, right? You might have gotten a complete market shift. The conditions have changed. That's really not a lot to go off of. So large sample sizes. Anyway, watch this market push to the upside. Again, guys, I'm really I don't have an area that I'm looking to get super aggressive on. The move played out yesterday without me. Overnight session, I should say, right into today, played out without me. It was the same thing that I was shooting for day over day, and market structure and price action as it came into the open is really not giving me an area that I want to get really aggressive on, right? Like yesterday, for example. The day before, I was like, I got to pay attention, guys. I'm ready. A minute into the open, right into the open, like this is going to hit my level and I want to get involved. That's how it goes. Anyway, shorts valid, maybe at the most aggressive, like right into the 47,000s even, right? Nice round psychological number in here, multiple volume points of controls, highs and lows, right? We're not at a bad spot right now. Really not a bad spot right now, but a little bit higher up, 100 points higher. Well, that'd be 200 points higher, I should say. Really aggressive move would be all the way up here. Do I want to short it up here? Do I think we're just going to completely reverse and flip this daily candle, bearish if we start to come up here or up here? Not really, right? Not really. Like what's the thesis for your trade? Good way to think of it. You're trading for one thing to happen over another. We have a good way to structure risk maybe at these levels, but what's the thesis that we trade 200, 300, 400 points to the downside after this move? Could do it from up here. I don't think this is a great way to structure risk. I think you're picking a top on a bullish day. So I'm going to sit patient, guys. We pull back to VWAP. We pull back down here. I also don't really like this for a continuation long, right? On different market structure on another day, something like this, right? If I don't get my reversion play, which would be from up here or up here, maybe to the downside, that could be a play, but I think I'm just going to have to sit patient on this one, which again is super frustrating to do, like super duper frustrating to do, but I'm going to watch this market, see what we got. I think at the most, honestly, at the most aggressive, yeah, up into these lows here, right? Like up into these lows, around the 47,000 evens would give me a really aggressive short. I'm going to have to decide at that point if I want it. I'm going to have to decide what it looks like. This isn't enough. Just up above these highs. Could certainly reverse, come back down, chop. Could come all the way back down here. But I think at the most aggressive first spot for a valid short would be this level here. Could mark it with a zone. This way we don't get impatient. Right. What's that coming off of? The top of a high, first off, a big round psychological number, right? Huge round psychological number often acts as key spots for, support and resistance. Take up, here's a hint, 46,000 evens, right? Is it a huge coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. Look at big round numbers and maybe you'll see that it's not such a huge coincidence. But outside of just the number coming into, which is way more important, high volume node, right? Like starting to come into an area of high volume, not quite all the way up here, which would make for a really, really big move. That would be a better spot if we got up there extremely quickly, maybe for a super aggressive short. Again, I don't love the thesis on this. whoa. Not a bad spot where we've reacted multiple times, right? Tops and bottoms, support and resistance, areas of interest, order blocks, whatever you want to call just a horizontal level on the chart. You can even see it back here, right? We pulled back down before a really big impulsive move to the upside to start this. Some highs over here, so not a bad spot. Not a bad spot to potentially get involved. Would also... Yeah, at that point we'd be, 800 points to the upside. That's going to be the high end of an expected candle for me right now in this volatility over the last few weeks for YM. Actually, I really have to update and look at Edgeful and see what average daily ranges are coming in at right now. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's what I'm looking at. Maybe a short from up here. If we sold off really aggressively, I'd have to see what we're doing, on price action, maybe a little bit of order flow. Maybe we get some kind of continuation trade. I could see a gnarly pullback down and then bounce back up. Kind of like that narrative that Brian was talking about. It's not, I don't really try to think this way because it's not so helpful. Like if I talk like this and then you ask, well, how does it really help you? Maybe it's just a way to think about it. But oftentimes, objectively, price action market structure, if we're going to continue on a big move, or if we're going to pull a big move, what do we do in the middle of it? We have a crazy wick to the downside. We have a stop run. We have a clean out. We take everybody out that got long, that's long from overnight. We make it difficult to work with. It's kind of the thought process. So could see something like that today. Return all the way back down to this area of consolidation. Probably our temporary volume point of control for the day as it's forming. We can look right here. Yep, like right down in here. You see, you stare at the chart for long enough, you really don't need these tools on here. But our temporary volume point of control, maybe our area of high volume, right? This consolidation, we see a return to this level, and then, a push to the upside. This wouldn't be a bad spot. This wouldn't be a bad spot to try it because this would be a gnarly move. Like, not to use my favorite word, but do I think we do this? Where is my, path? I could see that, right? This would be pretty horrific, right? Like if we came all the way down here, do I think we're then going to extend or come all the way back up? No, I think we might be pulling the opposite, right? We might be cracking to the upside and then getting a huge move to the downside. So we'll have to see. Area of interest down here, up here in the middle of this area and this area, nothing for me. Nothing for me. But appreciate you guys hopping on. Let's see. We're talking about time frame. What's going on, guys? We got a ton of people hopping on here. Yeah, we got big numbers again today. You guys like the stream. It's awesome. Only been on here streaming for almost coming up on 2 years. School run, see you in an hour. See you later, Fast Money Formula. You'll probably make that giveaway. We might run a giveaway today. I don't know. Good morning, everybody. Best Discord for learning and fun for sure. Appreciate you, man. How do you normally log and calculate your data? Rob, I take a stupidly simple approach to reviewing my data, and I'm going through answers to questions. Stupidly simple approach to really tracking my data. I used to do a whole bunch of different things in the backside, in the backside. I don't even know where I was going with that. In the past, used to do a bunch of different things in the past. When I first started journaling, I made it so complicated that I never wanted to do it. And I think a lot of traders do that. They create a spreadsheet. They try to track so many different data points. And then you end up just not journaling at all. So for me, and what I recommend is going to be one of two paths, right? Either get set up with TradeZella, and plot twist, I'm partnered and affiliated with TradeZella. I almost never talk about it because I just really don't use it much myself. As of right now, I probably am going to in the future because I won't have Project X, which I've become really comfortable for doing my review on and looking at the data. But I think it could be as simple as this, as very simple as this. If you're starting out, you're trying to grab onto some consistency, you want to continue to track data. As you trade, throw a position tool on the chart, right? Just like this. Let's show you as simple as this. Maybe you got long, right before NFP because you're an absolute psychopath. And you took a long here, right? Took a W. This is how simple I think journaling can be. You throw a position tool on the chart, right? This gives you your entry, stop, target. You could see what happened because you take the screenshot after the market plays out, right? Maybe you take it much later than this. And then you pull one of these, right? And you go position size, right? Long, 2YM. And then all of the reasons that you got long, right? You know, this was part of my plan. I risked X amount of money. Order flow was doing something. I took a break of VWAP above, stop loss below a key level of structure. It played out. What could I have done better? I clipped the trade, 20 points before my take profit because I'm a scared little baby and I got weak paper hands and I need to work on that, right? And then if you do that, you make your little note. You come up here, right? And you take this is the really sweet thing with TradingView and Project X, which I'm not going to have, which also I'm upset about. You can copy link, and copy link will give you this entire image. It will save it perfectly, where you can just throw the link and you actually don't have to download a bunch of stuff and use up data somewhere. And you can create a journal. You can use whatever note-taking app you want, right? Maybe you just do this, and then you take the screenshot, and in the note-taking app, you write out all that other stuff, right? What your entry was, target, take profit, why you did what you did, what happened, what could you do a little bit better, what worked well. And that's going to give you a ton of data. Along with doing that, you also have, without actually doing anything within Project X or within whatever broker you're trading on or whatever it is, all of your stats, right? Your win rate, your average risk to reward, your, what happened over day, right? Maybe you don't want to do any of that. Maybe you're like, that's still too complicated, Zach. You could make it as simple as this. On Saturday, after your trading week is done and you're very frustrated because you're still not profitable and you're still going on tilt, throw your executions on the chart. I think this is not as good, but throw your executions on the chart and go back through. Look at where you entered, where you exited, what happened, and why. If you're not journaling in the moment, really, you're not going to capture all of the other things. If that's the baseline, right? TradeZella, if you just link everything together, it does so much for you, and then you just have to go in there and journal your emotions, your mindset, that type of stuff. Maybe you are like me and you're very discretionary, right? And you find a paper journal, which I have sitting on my desk, which is filled with handwritten different things. Not every day, not all of the time, right? But after good days, after bad days, when I'm feeling it's necessary with a decent amount of consistency, I'll write out things. I'll write out, emotions, how I'm feeling. I'll have a really, jacked up session. I'll do something silly and I'll write out why that happened and, what improvements I can make. I'll just articulate that. There's a number of different ways you could do that, but I think at the bare minimum, you need to be doing something to track some data to watch what's working and what's not working. So for me, for example, right, I look a lot. I'm pretty comfortable with what I do, right? My approach is these type of things. I like to look for big standout trends, number one, but definitely trade management. There's almost always room for improvement in trade management, right? We're almost always holding your trades too long or not holding them long enough. Clipping winners early, holding them too long. Clipping losers early, holding them too long, right? There's always a little something. And if you continue to review your own trading, it's not like backtesting, but you just watch what happens. It's standing out in front of your face where you go, damn, dude, 9 out of my last 10 trades, or 25 out of my last 28 trades moved another 100 points in the direction of my trade before they came back to break even, before they came back to stop loss. I could have captured and then the other 3 or 4 out of that sample size would have been a full stop out. I need to accept those 3 or 4 huge full stop outs after it moves in my direction to capture another 100 points on 90% of my trades, right? Small things like that can stand out at you. And then it just comes down to actually implementing it, actually doing it, which is the hard part. But that's the basics, man. Track your data, right? Review in the simplest way that you'll actually do it. What would be better? Sure, a spreadsheet with a ton of different data points, tracking so much information and tracking, what was going on in the market, where you are in the news cycle, all this other information. You know who does that? Almost nobody. Like almost nobody journals at all. So I try to go to the baseline. Notes section of your phone. You can use Notion, Evernote. Pick a free one, right? screenshot, what happened, why. Position tool, why did you do what you do? You know, is this a good trade or a bad trade? Is it within your rule set? You know, yes, no, what happened with risk management? You know, what could you do better? Review that stuff over and over and over again. There's going to be big standout trades. As you continue to get better and you're applying more discretion, start to talk about your mindset, start to talk about your emotions, right? Your discipline. What's going on? You feeling like you had a good read of the market, then you had a good read of the market? Are you feeling like you had a trash read of the market and then you ended up winning or losing? You know, those things are really important. The more discretionary you are, the more you have to try to articulate why you did what you did, because it's not going to be obvious, right? You're going to be doing something discretionarily in the moment. You know, if you don't write that down or you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you can't really improve on it or at least track what's working and what's not working. So hope that helps. Felix Brock. Hi, Zach. Does top one deny payouts if you have trades held less than 10 seconds? I'm not a hyper scalper. Scalper nevertheless, though. And some occasions, stop loss to take profits gets hit just below 10 seconds. What kind of worry they might deny payouts in a couple of weeks? Felix, this is really simple. I get asked this question a lot. I get asked questions about prop firms, this and that. You're asking if a payout would be denied, right? There is a clear rule, really clear rule, around the 10 seconds, right? You probably know what that rule is. I encourage you, and I don't want to answer like a jackass, but because I'm going to answer the question and then ask you questions and help you come to the comfortable answer. But you will know, you should know, with a really, really, really high degree of certainty, let's say like 90%, whether or not you're going to have a payout outright denied or you're going to have profits removed, because there's a clear rule stating when it's a problem, right? I can read the rule to you and then I can ask you about it, or you can read the rule yourself and you won't have to worry at all because you'll know. You'll say, yep, I have X amount of trades and X amount of profit that are under 10 seconds. Definitely going to be a denial. I broke the rule, no harm, no foul. I'm going to have to do something different. Or I'm not even close to that. I have nothing to worry about, right? I think a lot of traders either worry too much or don't worry enough, and they think there's going to be some leniency around a really clear rule. So to be clear about that rule, right? We can talk about it, Felix, if you're still on here. So do this, my brother. Read that rule, right? Go onto the site, go into frequently asked questions, type in 10 seconds, read that rule, and then hop back on here or throw in the chat if you still are not sure. And then I can go through the question and answer with you, and we can come up to the 90% certainty together. Really, really clear-cut stuff. It's at most prop firms, almost all prop firms, not all, but at all. How many ticks in a point for YM? One tick equals 1 point. Really easy to do math on here. Take a look. Here's your points and ticks. You can see they're both the same on the measurement tool. Let's get that 50 likes. Yeah, you guys are not smashing the like button today. ES and NQ are a chat flex. Plus we have 10 a.m. orange folder. This isn't looking too hot. Yep. Why do you choose YM over NASDAQ? I don't know, man. I like the black sheep. It's just preference. Just preference. OBM. There's a bunch of different reasons, right? I have more experience on it. Maybe it's calmer. Maybe I think it moves a different way, but it's just preference. I think everybody trades NQ because everybody trades NQ. That's it. If everybody traded YM, everybody would trade YM. Maybe it's because it's the tech stock. It's the most volatile, right? There's the most opportunity. But I think it's more of a monkey see, monkey do, right? If everybody was trading gold, which they are this year, everybody trades gold, right? Thanks. Just Googled it. TradeZell is awesome. Yep. Thanks, Zach. No problem. We just need to maintain all the journals promotions. Yep. You have to journal and must review your trades. Otherwise, you're just throwing money at the wall. Yep. YM is buttery. Can you expand on your preferences? Sure. Yeah. So you're asking me to expand. There's no problem. I answer a lot of the questions a lot, like over and over again, OBM. So I don't mean to be short on it, so I won't. I find, and again, this is just my subjective opinion, right? I find NQ to be extremely fast-moving, volatile, and very wicky. It seems to pull, again, this is, my subjective description of it. It seems to pull these really aggressive overshoot movements while it's moving in one direction. Very, very aggressive back and forth movements. For me personally, on medium, even to low time frames, I find that very, very, very difficult to work with. Others might find the exact opposite, and they might find those really aggressive movements to be exactly what they need to capture profit. ES compared to YM and NQ, I find to be much slower moving. I find it to be much more manageable, less volatile, less momentum. I find it to trend a lot tighter without pulling these crazy back and forth movements, although it does on some days. I find it to respect levels a whole lot cleaner than NQ does, and just in general, give you more time to think, a better way to manage risk than NQ. YM is somewhere in between those two, but kind of just in its own world. I really find that YM lives in its own world. What I like, I think, most about YM is it does have these large movements. It does move in an aggressive way, faster and I'd say more wicky and overshooting than something like ES. But I find it moves specifically to and from key areas of interest, at least what I'm identifying as key areas of interest, quickly, aggressively, and gives me personally a good way to structure risk, right? I also find specifically on YM around NYSE Open, we didn't get this today at all, but we often get this really aggressive move in one direction and then a quick reversion back down to VWAP, back down to an area of high volume, back down to, you know, the temporary volume point of control for the day, but some middle ground, this mean reversion style movement. That, to me, for all of those reasons, has led me to trade YM here with you guys today on the 15-minute chart. There's probably also just a comfort in experience because I traded. We're coming into 10 a.m. by the way, guys. We got some medium impact news. 10 seconds out. Again, I don't have a trade set up. I'm not going to jump in super aggressively short if we pop to the upside. I'm going to wait to see what happens if we get up there. Also, just building off that, I traded US 30 as the first US indice that I ever traded, which is the CFD of YM, right? The contract for difference is US 30, right? I traded that primarily when I came over to the US indices. Then I traded some NAS 100, which is NQ. And then as I came over to futures, I also traded ES, right? The S&P 500. So probably somewhere in the back of my mind, subconsciously, there's a comfort around, you know, how it moves because I had quite a bit of experience trading it before I traded anything else, which I don't think most people do, right? You kind of like what you know and you don't like what you don't know. So I hope that helps. Let me know if that was an expanding on my preferences enough. In general, and here's my belief, I don't think there's any one best. I don't think there's any one best instrument to trade. I think we have traders that trade YM, NQ, ES, gold, lean hogs, crude oil, platinum, silver, everything, all profitably, right? All very profitably. I think it comes down to finding what works best for you and your system, right? Trying out different things. And again, I think there's going to be guys that have the exact opposite preference of me where they're like, dude, I hate ES. I hate YM. I fall asleep on ES, which is kind of like this. It's like watching paint dry, right? And I hop over to NQ, and I can read these movements much better. It shows its hand. It has this volatile movement on the 5-minute chart, and it moves to and from these wicks or whatever it is, and you like that, right? I think that's what it comes down to. There's plenty of traders that don't tell you that. They're going to say, trade this. This is the best. This is what we trade. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Last comment before we move on a little bit is I do think in general, the faster, more moving, more volatile instruments are more difficult to trade for beginners because they're faster moving and more volatile, right? It give you just the way I describe it, less time to think, less time to execute, and they have these rapid, faster movements. They are going to require smaller size and wider stops. Most traders are also oversized and, too tight on risk, right? Because of that. So things like ES, I think, can be a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier to work with. YM, I don't know if it fits that category. It's still pretty aggressive. So that's my humble opinion. An amazing answer, honestly. Appreciate you. Giveaway, maybe. What do you think of SPX 500? Yeah, S&P, right? ES, solid. I've traded ES for a long period of time. I came over to YM again, really over the last couple months. Appreciate the answer, man. So we're talking about the 10-second rule of top one. Felix, what's going on, man? If I'm not totally mistaken, it's on close to 50% total profits, meaning if most trades are higher than 10 seconds, 10.01 seconds, which they are, I should be good. Correct. So here's how the rule reads, right? Without even reading it. If anywhere near, right? So they're giving you a rough idea. If anywhere near 50% of your profitable trades are 10 seconds or shorter, are not over 10 seconds, or 50% of the total profit that you go when you go to request a withdrawal is from trades that are under 10.01 seconds, you got a problem. All right, you got a problem. So take a look at your trades, take a look at your profitable trades, take a look at the total number of profitable trades, take a look at the total amount of profit, and say, what quantity of trades did I take that were under 10 seconds that are profitable, and what amount of profit does that make up? If either of those numbers are, let's say, like over 40%, just for a safe, a safe amount, you got a problem. You got a problem, right? Almost half of your trades are under that 10 second. There's leniency, right? It's excusable for occasional violations, but if you are a hyper scalper or a super scalper during volatile periods, all these things, whatever it is, whatever the reasons are, most prop firms are not going to play nice with you. They don't want that. Not all. Some have no minimum hold time rules at all. Most do, and I've actually seen rules continue to change to give more time, as in they get stricter. Right? Just saw that with the other large instant funded firm. So that's your qualifier right there. So again, nothing to worry about. Like, you should know that rule on the front end. You should know all these rules on the front end, right? Because you go through and you read all the rules and you attempt not to do that. And if you get anywhere close, you got to adjust. You got to adjust. So I hope that helps, brother. Again, profitable trades, right? Total amount of profit in the account, not your profitable and losing trades, all this type of stuff. When you go to request a withdrawal, right? How much are you requesting? If that's coming anywhere close to 50% of that number, or total quantity of trades because you took 20 trades and 13 of them are from trades that are 8 seconds, you got a problem. Anywhere close to that, you got a problem. And again, anywhere close to that, you're primarily scalping around that 10-second mark, and top one and majority of other firms are not going to be a good fit for you. So I hope that helps, my man. Hope that helps, my brother. So kind of a dud here on this move to the upside. But checking some messages because we got some cool stuff rolling today. All right, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. OBS, amazing answer. Giveaway. Yeah, we're going to have a giveaway. Probably. Random days, random times. I'm new. I thought I need to come every day here. Yeah, man. We do giveaways here for instant funded accounts almost every day. But it's random days, random times when I'm streaming. You got to be on stream and you get a chance to win. OBS, have you tracked your R and win rates? Yeah, man. Excuse me. Over time, they're similar. Over time, they've been fairly similar. But what I noticed this year specifically, right, over a really, really decent sample size, is as I started to trade YM again, and I've bounced between all three of them, as I've started to trade YM again, I really felt I was overperforming for a while, and then I had some consistent results with that in my own personal live account and in other prop accounts. And after a long enough time, weeks and weeks and weeks, where you're trading two things side by side and you're having drastically higher win rate, higher risk to reward on one over another, it begs the question why you're trading the other one. So, that's the general answer there. But I'm discretionary. If you watch me trade, if you go back and you watch my stuff, I'm very discretionary. So with that discretion comes the lack of consistent win rate and risk to reward. It's a trade-off. It's a double-edged sword. In general, I don't have a particularly high win rate and I don't have a particularly high risk to reward. I think the way that I've been trading YM as of recent has generated a much higher win rate and a just slightly positive risk to reward. Right? In this account specifically, I've way been over my average win rate. I'm typically not approaching an 80% win rate over multiple weeks of trading, with a positive risk to reward. It's just I don't have that much of an edge in the market, and I'm humble enough to know that. But I would like to. What I'm attempting to do here is just small adjustments. Right? Holding trades a little bit longer. What's that going to do for you? It's going to grow that risk to reward. Right? Average risk to reward. Your average win is going to be, significantly larger, or hopefully a little bit more than you're losing. And maybe that's going to reduce your win rate a little bit because you're not grabbing all this quick profit. But that's what my data shows that I need to do. Win rate super, super strong. Risk to reward, like talking about, reviewing your data is lagging behind that, right? Average winning day, average losing day, same thing. Just a little bit too balanced. And I'd like to forgo a little bit of win rate for a larger risk to reward. My data shows that I should do that, not that I would like to do that. I don't care what I would like to do. I don't care what I would like to trade. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to have fun. I'm not here to, I like trading, I like having fun with you guys, but I'm not here to feel good about my trades and do something a certain way that I see other people do because I want to do it. I again, like I've talked about over the last couple of years, I've really tried to let go of some of that and just say, hey, what's working? What's not working? Keep doing what's working. Try to do more of that. How can you do more of that? What's not working? Stop doing that. How can you do less of that? How can you adjust to, to limit that from happening? Is there a way, to reduce that? So, but guys, here's what I was getting ready. I got good questions in the chat. Good questions in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up, Nate? What's up, Mike Z? What's up, Juan? Felix, I'll talk to you in a little bit. We'll continue talking about the. It depends, Felix. It depends, man. It depends. I've seen it handled multiple different ways. I've seen it just be. It depends on how much or how what the deal is. I've seen profit be removed and they just go back to trading. I've seen it just being outright denied because you just broke the rule 47,000 times. It depends. I haven't seen a single situation so far. And I've reviewed a ton of them personally, right? Because I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I'm biased, but I think it's really important to review. I haven't seen one so far that I disagree with where, it wasn't really, really clear cut. There's some that have been, I shouldn't say, there's some that have been, somewhat questionable at the start. But I haven't seen the risk team make a call that somebody was denied something outside of clearly breaking a rule or prohibited practice. Like, to a really clear aggressive level. And I joke around about it. It's not the same at every firm, right? We have to be cautious of these things, but no. Anyway, yeah, it's a clear rule. That's a clear-cut one, man. So be cautious of that. So here's what I was talking about. Guys, we have, as you guys know, little recap. We're going to get to the fun stuff right now, guys, so everybody listen up. Project X is being pulled for a majority of prop firms. We know this. Over the weekend, they sent out these letters. I could at least speak for Top 1 Futures, where they received notice that Project X is no longer going to be supported as a trading platform. That's what I'm on right here. End date of end of February. What I expect to happen, and I'm repeating myself because I talked about this all week, but it's important. What I expect to happen is for Top 1 Futures and all of the other ones, which I think is everybody except for Top Step, to stop selling Project X pretty soon. I don't know, maybe over the next couple weeks, and get everybody over to whatever their additional optional trading platform is. As you know, perfect timing, Top 1 Futures has been working with Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, and TradingView. Okay? Super awesome to see. They are 8 months in, over 18 million paid out to traders, and they are now partnering with the premier prop firm, premier live trading platform group, allowing traders to access not only Tradeovate and Ninja, but to trade directly from TradingView, which I know so many of you guys like to do with your custom indicators and scripts, or just being able to use the TradingView app and have alerts right on site, all that fun stuff. It hasn't rolled out just yet. We are waiting patiently for this to roll out, and as it rolls out, I got a really good feeling, guys, that there's going to be a discount. There's going to be a discount better than the current discount, better than the 50 or 55%. What I have loaded up right here is a Top 1 Futures on TradingView, on Tradeovate account. Now, this is a test account, guys. It's not live yet, hasn't launched yet. I'm grateful to be part of their team since early on as a partner affiliate. I don't work for them, none of that fun stuff. Just a regular idiot partner and affiliate, but was able to get my hands on one of these accounts to test with you guys, to make some content around ahead of the launch. So it's close, guys. It's really, really close. The only thing I'm going to be able to say is that it's extremely close. I would keep your eyes pinned on the site. I would keep your eyes pinned on my Discord as soon as we get the drop. We are going to alert you guys. I'll be letting you know exactly when it's good to go. But it's awesome to see this from them. Really awesome to see this from them. I'm throwing my link with the code, again, not live yet. Throwing my link with the code in the chat on Kick on YouTube. If you're on X, I'll throw it for you guys on X since you're on there. We got a ton of you guys. This should be rolling out really soon, guys. Really, 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 really soon. Like sooner than soon. Really, really soon. It's not live on the account, not live on their site just yet. But I wanted to show you guys this is ready to roll. Again, I've got a live account with Top 1 Futures. I can't have any other sim accounts with them. That's part of their rules. But I was lucky enough to get my hands on one of these, have some fun, and make some videos with it. But wanted to let you guys know this is getting ready to roll. We got some fun graphics ready. It's early. This is almost Tradeovate prop firm almost available with code RDF coming up, and TradingView almost available. Anyway, it's not like, oh, there's something new coming, guys, and you don't know what it is. You're gonna have to figure it out. So I don't think I'm teasing it, but I think you guys can have a pretty good indication if I'm here showing you the account, showing you the graphics, how quick it is to be launching, man. So I would say, I think obviously I'm partnered, I'm biased, right? I stand to make money, so grain of salt to everything. But if you are on any prop firm, this is going to be the sauce, man. This is going to be the sauce. I like Project X. I really do. I've made videos about it. I've been an advocate for it. I don't like that it's getting pulled from us. I definitely have had issues, the same issues that everybody's had this year, where we've had, outages and, accounts blown, all this different back and forth. I think it sucks that it's getting pulled and getting monopolized by one firm. Not for the trader at all, but I'm really glad to see Tradeovate continue to make more and more updates. Like they rolled out Tradeovate Prop, specific to prop, with risk parameters and copy trading built in, all these additional things. I think they're going to continue to do that, and it's really cool to see with them the opposite, right? They're partnering with more firms. They're offering, you could trade live on Tradeovate, on Ninja, on TradingView, and it's going to be nice, I think, to finally get comfortable on something, which for me is either going to be Tradeovate or TradingView directly, right? Because I'm going to log in from Tradeovate into TradingView to get comfortable with something that I know is going to be around, that I know is going to be available at multiple different firms. So I'm super psyched on it, man. Not super psyched on changing off of platform, but I'm super psyched for Top 1 Futures to get this level of validation and legitimacy, right? You're not getting Tradeovate unless your ducks are in a row. Shout out to the duck races. But unless your ducks are in a row, for sure, man. So this could be pretty cool. We can mess around, take some dumb trades on here. You guys can call out longs or shorts because this is a fun demo account and we can run it up. But I wanted to show you guys this. Again, I'm not able to jump the gun. I can't tell you what the discount is going to be. I can't tell you when it's going to roll out. It's going to be big and it's going to be soon. But I'm psyched for this, man. I think it's really, really cool to see. Really cool to see. So Tradeovate coming very, 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 very soon. We can leave this up and take some dumb trades on this. A couple cool things that I really like about Tradeovate, and I'm not the Tradeovate guy, right? I'm not primarily the Tradeovate guy, but one pretty cool thing that we have on Tradeovate that I will notice is different outside of having the DOM. People really love the way the candles print. Just different platform, right? Completely different platform, different tools. I will show you guys one thing that's really, really cool. Something that I was working on with ES is they have a lot of automated trade management settings, like a ton of automated trade management settings. And you can do things with Tradeovate just objectively that you cannot do with Project X, TradingView, a bunch of other platforms. There's settings in here like auto break even, for example, or auto break even plus trail, where you might need to step away from your charts, and you might say, I want to go break even at a certain point. Like I have a take profit and a stop loss set, but I want an auto break even, and I want that auto break even to be plus like 4 ticks, right? Because I know that, oftentimes we get some slippage, and I don't want to just get taken out of break even. I want to actually get taken out at like, break even plus 4 ticks. You could do that. You could do that on here. It's really, really sweet. You can do auto break even plus trail, right? With a lot of different custom settings. I think some stuff like this is really, really cool here in Trade-O-Vate. Again, risk settings being added, which seems pretty cool. Copy trading built in, which seems pretty cool. Chart itself, again, I think, you're going to love or hate one or the other, but I do think it's going to be coming down to figuring out whether you want to get comfortable on Trade-O-Vate Ninja or TradingView if you're going to continue trading props, unless you're going to trade at the one prop only exclusively that's going to offer Project X. So hyped on that, man. Hyped on that. Question, Zach, have you tried Trade-O-Vate, logging into TradingView using Trade-O-Vate? Yes, I have. Works well. Works pretty well. If so, how does the copy trading work on TradingView? I'm not 100% sure, Wolf. I'm not 100% sure. But I believe the way that the copy trading works on Trade-O-Vate is the same as the way that it works on Project X, where you set a leader account, and within the platform, within the platform itself, right? Not third party, not copying across firms. We're not talking Trade Syncer or any of that. The same way in Project X, if you set one lead account, whatever's happening on that lead account is going to happen on the follower accounts. And I believe you can set that within Trade-O-Vate, and then if you execute on that leader account, you would also be able to copy trade, across all of them. Guys, learn to use NinjaTrader. It will never go away, and every firm uses it now. Yep. Just so you guys know, NinjaTrader and Trade-O-Vate are the same parent company. NinjaTrader, you have to set something up special if you're on Mac. Trade-O-Vate, you don't. Obviously, I'm logged in on a web platform right here. You can utilize that. But again, I think what we're seeing from Trade-O-Vate, which is pretty cool, is a lot of features being built out. They rolled out Trade-O-Vate Prop, which is the same thing. It's just with these additional features. And I think pretty obvious what they're doing. They want to make it better than Project X, right? So they're going to give more risk settings. They're going to give you more lockout settings where you can't go back in and change it the way you could, when they first started to roll some of that stuff out. I think they're going to give you much more options for copy trading. I think they're going to improve that. And I think they're probably going to do even more with copy trading in-house because it's just so asked about and so wanted by prop firm traders, and they don't really want to use third-party copiers. But again, copy trading as a whole, whether it's in-house, out-of-house, local, cloud-based, there's inherent risk that comes with that. Pretty gnarly inherent risk that comes with that. But anyway, guys, wanted to yap about this. And guess what we're going to do now? Since we are a little bit early, but I'm going to start it. Early. Let's start it early. We got over 50 on the live stream on YouTube. We got almost 100 on X. I can't see on X now. I don't know. It looked like I think we were at like 70 or 80 on X. I try to be accurate. We got a handful of you guys on Kick, a half a dozen. If you guys want to drop a giveaway, we are going to drop a giveaway at. Let's make it easy. No, really, I'm doing it early. 100 likes. 100 likes. Giveaway at 100 likes on YouTube. We'll drop it. You guys smash the like button a couple times on X. We'll drop it. Again, I've never not dropped a giveaway because we haven't hit the likes, not to give myself away. But go ahead and smash the like button, man. If you're enjoying the stream, you're enjoying the info, you're in the Discord, you're on the live streams, I appreciate you being here, man. I'm also Real Deal Zach across socials. I post every single day across all the socials, everything but TikTok. We're not marketing to children, and we don't like malware on our phones. But we'd be more than happy to have you guys on socials, in the Discord. It's pinned to the top, and we'll drop a giveaway in a little bit. We're going to be giving out one of these accounts right here, straight to Sim Funded Pro account from Top 1 Futures on Trade-O-Vate as soon as it launches. I have 2 winners to give Trade-O-Vate accounts, 50K instant funded, no activation fee, no challenge, straight into a funded account. We're going to give out another one today. And also, guys, we got Thanksgiving coming up next week. Just to tell you about my live streaming schedule, I'm 9:15 every day. Every day the market's open, I'm 9:15. Unless I'm on vacation, unless I'm traveling, unless I'm doing something, which I am. No live stream tomorrow or Monday. Pretty certain it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Obviously, no trading on major U.S. holiday when the market's closed Thursday. But it's going to be no live stream tomorrow and Monday. When we come back on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think you guys know I express a lot of gratitude. I'm thankful for having you guys here. I'm going to try to do that on the live stream. We're going to have some fun. We're going to run some turkey races. Maybe we figure out how to run turkey races instead of duck races. And we give some accounts out. Right? We're going to have some fun on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So hop on. Let's see. How are you guys? What's up? What's up, everybody? Chart Prince Father. What's up? Third-party trade copiers. Third-party trade copiers. Trade Syncer, trade copiers. So here's the thought process, guys. Also, so you know, I'm partnered with Trade Syncer. If you want to check out Trade Syncer, a third-party trade copier, I think that's probably your best option. As we continue to push to the upside here, I think Trade Syncer is probably your best option. I'm not using it myself, so I'm not promoting it. If I'm not using something like day in and day out, I don't hype it up. I don't promote it. I make some content about it when I'm using it or whatever I'm doing. I tested it. That's a pretty good experience with it. They've had issues. All the trade copiers have had hit issues, right? And with trade copying in general, there's an additional inherent risk that removes liability from everybody but yourself. And for those reasons, and watching people blow accounts with all the different ones, I really took my foot off the gas on wanting to use them myself or even to promote them, right? So if you want to check it out, let me know. I have a link and a code. It's code RDF. Get you a discount. I think Trade Syncer is the best out of all of them. I would not touch some of the other ones. I've seen really, really horrible reviews. But that's only because I've seen something, haven't used them myself. And you could say, Zach, you're an affiliate for one and not for the other ones. But you could see the way that I'm talking about that one in caution. If you're going to use a third-party trade copier, you are accepting the increased risk, right, of something going wrong in between just your platform and your prop firm that you're trading on, and it being executed between all of the other prop firms and all of the other platforms that they're on, right? I think Trade Syncer has a cool dashboard where it, collects a lot. It gives you additional tools like cancel all, flatten all across all of them. It shows you connections. It shows you open running P&Ls. I liked all of that, but there's that inherent risk. And I don't know. I really don't know. Brian said he's had really good luck with one. He's probably the only person. So I said, maybe I know one person that hasn't not only had an issue, but has had multiple issues, and with all of them. And the issues have caused a blown account, like not just a mistrade. So that's the deal. I think there's a ton of benefits of using them, right? You could size really small. You can you have it copy traded across multiple accounts. I was going in that direction a little bit earlier this year, but there's a lot of risk there, guys. So anyway, do as you see fit. I think maybe I have to look at that again because I'm coming off of Project X. I'm gonna have some stuff on Project X, some stuff on TradingView, on Tradeovate. So I'll probably play with it again, see if it's if it's even more reliable than it was when I was using it. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I would use Ninja Trader, but I have to pay extra to get volume. VWAP. Sure. Morning, everybody. Yeah, we're running up the likes. We're going to run a giveaway pretty soon, guys. We said giveaways at 100 likes today. Morning, Frank. What's up? Hussein Lee. Yeah. I'm good. Hit my PDLL. Nice. Done. Locking it out, Wolf. Consistent trading at a Wolf. With so much into these lives, and you've made them free in a world of scammers. I honestly don't know how to thank you. Seriously, put the work in. It's amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you. I try, guys. I try to hop on here. I try to give you, all the info that I possibly have while maintaining and telling you that I'm just a regular person. I don't have it all figured out, but I try to give you as much. I'll try to give you as much as I possibly can, and give out some accounts. Shout out Top 1 Futures. Let's get ready to run this one, guys. I'm gonna make this easier for you. I'm gonna make this even easier for you. So I want to drop a giveaway for you. I'm gonna make it even easier for you. We're gonna sit tight at 80 likes. 80 likes on the stream, and we'll drop the giveaway. I'm doing it early, so I don't have as many people on. It's not even 10:30 yet. We don't even have eye behind low yet set yet. But I'm dropping this one early. As far as the trade, man, like we talked about, if you hopped on late, I wanted this move. I really wanted this move all week into Tuesday. Long in here, we didn't get it. Small W, like almost break even, $100. Long in here, didn't get it. Back and forth chop. overnight session we pushed, and then right into NFP and into the open we pushed. Interested in this area up here, 47,000 evens. Low end of this zone, I would start to get interested, as we start to crack into the high 900s, past the 950s. But even there, maybe we just play around on the Tradeovate account. We start taking super aggressive trades. We trade 5 minis on the Tradeovate account, see if we can't blow it, and I'll have one of their team go, "What the hell, dude? You blew one." It's funny. They did give me a bunch of accounts. They haven't said anything, but they did give me a bunch of accounts, and I was making content and making a whole bunch of stuff, and I killed a lot of the test accounts very quickly. It's stupid, but yeah, making some fun videos, testing different stuff out. Trading 5 NQ minis. Life is going to come at you fast if you trade 5 NQ minis. Juan's long MES. Nice. Streamer Hub, what's up? Chart Prince, damn, nice move. NFP was funny today. Yeah, a little pop out of NFP. But yeah, guys, this is just one of those weeks for me, man, where I've had a lot of good. I've had plenty of good. I've had almost all straight green weeks in this account, which has been beautiful. Payouts every week. This is a no trade Monday. Trade yesterday, trade Wednesday. Trying to find something today without forcing it, but this was just unfortunately the higher time frame move that I wanted to play out here, and I wanted to play out here, and we didn't get it. And overnight session just did not give me an opportunity to trade this. Would have had to been carried through the overnight session to capture something like this. Opening up all the way up here, not a good way to structure risk for me. I don't have a long play on this. A short play, maybe, right? Maybe really aggressively off this level. But honestly, I'm probably just going to play around in the Tradeovate account. We can test that. I will be trading the remainder of the week into next week. Like I said, guys, no live Friday and Monday. Tentative for Tuesday, definitely for Wednesday, definitely for Friday after Thanksgiving. And we're going to be having some fun next week. If you want to stay updated on that, man, hop in the Discord. Pinned to the top of the chat. It's on Kick. It's on X. It's everywhere. Feel free to hop in, man. Also, realdealfutures.com is my site if you want to check out all the links. No course, no VIPs, no paid mentorship, just a whole bunch of free 99 trading. Of course, I yap about prop firms and software companies that I'm affiliated and partnered with and displaying banners for right here, right now, that I make money from. I'm happy to be transparent about that and be can't be unbiased. If I stay to make money, I combine those two. Happy to be transparent about that. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. I think you guys should all do that. You don't have to use a code. You don't have to use a link. You don't have to do anything to be here, man. We're going to be streaming here every damn day, showing you what real trading looks like for me, whether we have 0 people, which I had when I started. Literally, I had one person. The one person was me. I had to go on to my other phone or my laptop and actually just watch my own stream to make sure I was actually live. That's what streaming looked like when I first started. Now we have hella peeps on, man. Over 13,000 on YouTube and growing every day. It's crazy. Getting close to 10,000 on IG. A few thousand on X. And concurrent viewers yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I got the stream and I had to go back and look. We had hella people on here. It was wild, man. We got a lot on X today. 90 on X right now. We had like 200 and something, like 260 or something on X, almost 100 on YouTube, a few on Kick, which has been cool. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for hopping on. Yeah, man. So I'm watching this. I'm watching to see what we get here, man. Got the pop. Got the pop out of this. But we're not going anywhere just yet. We got some duck races to run today. We're going to have some fun. Pam, I promised Zach that I traded like a responsible adult. You did, man. And not like a little out of my normal character. Not like a degenerate idiot. No. So I live up to... Wolf, you did live up to that, man. Wolf took, just so you guys know, Wolf took his first payout. And not only did he take his first payout, he took his first payout on one of the toughest accounts to do it, the Ignite accounts from Top 1 Futures. So, dude, shout out for that one. You know, I'm super impressed to see it. It's just awesome. It really is. Wolf's here every day, if you guys don't know. So many of you are here every day. And we got a bunch of people taking payouts, which is awesome. If you really wanted to test Tradeovate, you go long, short in the first 30 seconds of full par. All right, guys, let's do it. Here, let's have fun. Let's have fun. Setting records, I go back and forth between Kick and here most of the time. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Market has enough gas to push higher today. I'm calling for a pullback. What do you guys think? Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want to do that. What do you guys think? Let's take a chat trade on this one. Let's not have an ad that runs. Go ahead and throw. I'm gonna give you guys like 5 seconds. We're gonna throw a mini on here. We looking. Let me throw a poll in here. We're doing a giveaway, by the way, guys. Again, guys, this is, because I got people that hopped on late, this is a Top 1 Futures account on, yes, you are seeing this correctly, Tradeovate. This is a test account. They are not live yet. They're going to be live very, 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 very soon with a discount, which I am not going to disclose. But go ahead, guys. I'm going to give you, go ahead. Let's go 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You guys can call out a long or a short. And we're going to throw 2 minis on. Throw 2 minis on, a long or a short on YM. You guys think we're gonna head back lower? You think we're coming back down on this? You think we're headed back down towards VWAP? You think we're gonna run this one to the upside? We'll put like whoa, that's not it. We'll put like a nice stop loss on this one. We'll run a test trade. Let's throw a bracket on this one. And let's throw a stop loss and take profit. Let's go for the average. Let's go for our 200 tick stop and take profit. We'll kind of see how that fills, right? We'll test it out. Let's see. Give us a hint of the discount at least. Yeah, listen, man, it's already pretty good. It's already pretty good, right? I think the price level here. I'll give you a hint. I think the price level for the instant funded account from Top 1 Futures, when this Tradeovate deal launches, which is going to be extremely soon. I would keep your eyes pinned on the site because it's probably coming really, 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 really soon. I'll let you guys know in Discord. I'm going to tag everybody. I'm going to drop all the fun stuff as soon as it launches. I think the price, the final price, the all-in price for an instant funded account is going to be lower than anybody else on the market, given the rule set. If you put the 50K account side by side, especially, but the 150K, the 100K, I think it's going to be the best deal in the industry. Now, I don't know what everybody else is launching. I know it's Black Friday. I'm sure everybody else is going to roll everything else out at the same time. But it's going to be aggressive. It's going to be more aggressive than it is right now. But more than any of that, guys, what I'm super psyched about is Tradeovate. Is Tradeovate coming to Top 1 Futures, the legitimacy that carries, right? Which is just really cool to see. I'm super psyched. But also the option, right? I think there's a lot of firms that are going to scramble because they don't have any other option except for Project X, or they have like a not popular option. They don't have Tradeovate or NinjaTrader or TradingView. So yeah, that's the play. All right, you guys are 50-50 here. You're 63% long, 37% short. Let's go. Let's go. We're throwing a trade on. What do you think? 200 point stop, 200 point target. I'm going to give it 10 seconds. 36 of you voted. We're going long. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, we got to go long at the top of the zone too, guys? Come on. Long? Yeah, you guys are going long. More longs. More longs. Everybody's piling in long. All right. 3, 2. Oh, yeah, it's still growing. You guys are all smashing the long button. Ready? We're in. We're in with a... oh, there we go. There's the order filled from Tradeovate. We're in long on the Tradeovate test account. I always like to be clear, guys. I'm in a live account. It should be really obvious that I'm not able to trade a secondary sim account with Top 1 Futures. But this is 100K instant funded with them on the new platform. So we're taking the chat trade. Yeah, you guys are still piling in long. Taking the chat trade. Let's close it. 70% of you said long. Let's see. Let's see if we run it. Let's see if we run it. 85 likes. There we go. We are giving out a instant funded account coming up right now, guys. Hang on one second. Let me get the form ready. Let's get the form ready. It's already 55% off. Yeah, guys, right now it's 55% off. Right now, Top 1 Futures is 55% off. Code RDF gets you the deal. Let's see. Yeah. Tim, where you at, bro? I have to buy a couple straight to fund. It sounds like a deal. Majority lose, so it's going to short. Maybe. Hello from Iran. What's up? I love Top 1 Futures. 2 other firms have yet to notify me that that Project X is not supporting third party. I love how they're the only one that told us immediately. That not only told us immediately, but they included the letter from Project X. That tells you a lot about their transparency. Yep. NQ picking moment with this vote. Yeah, guys. Like, prop firms are gonna have changes. They're gonna have mistakes, right? They're gonna have problems. They're gonna have issues. All of them are. If somebody comes out and says we're gonna be the best ever and reinvent the wheel, we're never gonna have any issues, I think they're silly. What I really liked about the way that Top 1 Futures has handled situations throughout, since launch, is they've been really transparent, really communicative. They received notice on Saturday and they posted the email so everybody could read it for themselves exactly what they had going on. And I think what Trader Julie Kate has said, and I've heard from other people, is that other firms who offer Project X didn't say anything. They don't say anything, right? Maybe they have a deal. Maybe they're not going to lose it. Maybe something's going to be different. But maybe you notify, your customers, you notify your traders as to what's going on in real time. That's I think important to do. And I've advocated that from the start. Just so you guys know, right? Like, as that was happening, the first message, well, there was a couple messages, but one of the first messages that I sent to their team, to all of their higher up, which I'm grateful to be able to, call them whenever I need, is, just definitely get a statement out, convey whatever is going on, so people, know what's going on, know what to expect, whether it's good or bad. So, tells you a lot about the transparency. Yeah, 80 likes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Trades running to the upside. Let's see it, guys. While we're hanging out and doing that, giveaway form is in the chat. Real quick, guys, this is going to be for a Top 1 Futures 50K straight to sim funded pro account. Don't fill the form out more than one time. Only fill the form out one time. Please don't fill it out more than one time. You're going to get yourself banned from the stream, from everything from Top 1 Futures. X, you guys are cool. There's so many of you on there. You don't ever really engage, and I can't read your messages, but I appreciate you, and I'm going to throw the giveaway form in... Why am I getting feedback? Giveaway form in the chat. Bam! Over 100 people on X, man. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Give you guys about 10 minutes to get this filled out. About 10 minutes to get this filled out. Project X letter sounded like a regulatory issue and the amount of time and effort to support firms like Top 1 Futures. Yes, it did. The question, Trader Julie Kate, is whether or not that was genuine or it was a bunch of BS. I'm not going to give you my opinion, but you could probably discern from the way that I just stated that I do have an opinion, right? I have a big opinion on that, but you guys figure it out. You guys figure it out yourself, right? You can watch the the way things have played out from the firm that owns or that appears to own or have controlling stake or at least get preferential treatment of Project X, and kind of how their path has been over the last year, and then maybe make a decision on what you think and why this rolled out. But also, like I talk about a lot, don't spend more time than you need on this stuff. Don't spend more time than you need to make a good decision. All right? Don't spend more time than you need to decide where a good place to place risk with a prop firm is and where a bad place is. Don't get caught up in the drama and the he said, she said. It's not helpful. It's just not helpful to you, right? I've been posting more about that because I used to do it myself. I would trade a little bit, and then I'm scrolling like trading Instagram and FinTwit and like all these different stuff, like for like hours, and I'm reading like traders arguing, or this person's trading a demo account and they're lying, and this person blah blah. Like, do your research, right? Know who's legit, who's not legit, right? Understand these things. Don't be a complete blind. Understand what's going on with prop firms, right? Who's having major issues all over the place, looks like a bucket shop, change the rules, everything's jacked up, no faces behind the name, like, make a decision. But every day, every single day, just reading like grown men bickering and fighting and biased parties who stand to make money, engagement farming and yelling at each other. Like, Is that helping you figure out where to enter on YM on the 15-minute chart? Is it helping you figure out whether you need to hold your trades longer or, you know, why you keep going on tilt and blowing all your accounts? Probably not. Probably not. So, you know, like myself included, because I post some stuff that's, you know, not market related. I kind of trail a little bit. You know, if this stream is not helping you at a certain point, if my content's not helping you at a certain point, I encourage you to do the same thing. You know, just focus up. It's time to focus up. We do not have many trading days left in the year. Don't be distracted by silly, you know, people that are posting all day, you know, making content, traders or prop firm drama, CEOs is just needless bickering back and forth. You know, do not let that take away from the goal. Remember why you're here. Remember what's on the line here. If you don't make this work, right? You know, ask yourself those questions when you're scrolling and commenting on two people arguing with each other. Is that helping you? Is that part of your daily plan for trading? A lot 4 hours per day to get on Instagram and comment that people should have done something differently, or like, you know, or that like this person said this and I think that this is going to happen. You know, no, probably not. Anyway, you guys voted long. Just to clarify one more time, because I like to be super duper transparent when I'm just doing something stupid like this. This is my Top 1 Futures live account, live and ready to go. It's a pre-live 15K. This is a demo test account. Technically, it's a real account, but I'm not going to be able to take any payouts from it. It's 100K instant funded on the new Trade of 8 platform from Top 1 Futures. That's rolling out, hopefully really soon, with a badass discount. I'll keep you guys updated, but we're having some fun. You guys voted long or short. We're 2 minis in to a trade long, holding for a nice move. Got some brackets in here. Got 200 point stop, 200 point take profit. See if we can't make a couple grand on this account. And if not, we'll throw 5 minis on and see if we can't make a couple grand or lose it. But before that, giveaway, guys. Giveaway is rolling. We have the form live in chat. In case you guys missed it, we are getting ready to run a duck race. We're going to give away an instant funded account. 50K straight to sim funded pro account specifically from Top 1 Futures on the Trade of 8 platform. And I talked a little bit about this. I have 2 people to give accounts to as soon as it rolls out. This is going to be the 3rd person. These are going to be Trade of 8 accounts. I'm getting you guys. You're probably going to be the first people, one of the first ones to be able to get to trade on TradingView, because you're going to get the accounts as it's launching. But that's the deal. So nobody freak out if you want an account this week. It's going to come to you. But let's go ahead and get this form filled out, guys. I'm going to give you another couple minutes. Give everybody plenty of time. It's in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. Should be everywhere. Go ahead, get that one filled out, guys. What's up, Big Frank? Also, I'm not going to there. I swear. Wait and see this increase. Interesting. Yep, adjust every situation. Yeah, all we can do, guys. All we can do. Yeah, I've been holding on to my loss for the 2 hours. I can't comment. I'm reading your comments, so I think you can comment. Fire emojis. Yo, Trump, wow. I'm sorry, guys. I read through the chat too quickly sometimes. Zach, you give me my Trump duck. I'm going to win that Trade of 8 account today. There we go, Wolf. Good morning. Link, good night, bros. Pin to the top of the chat. EZYRNYN. Yeah, pin to the top of the chat. But just in case you want it again, because you don't want to go to the top of the chat, boom, in the chat again, in case you guys missed it. Yo, let's see. Kick, what's up? Good morning. Jess Slothfather, got long. My heart will always be long, but the bears pay faster. Yeah. Kick stream is ahead of YouTube today. Nice. Yeah, Kick, lowest latency on Kick, for sure. Yo, Zach, call me crazy, but I started trading an FTMO 100K challenge. Relaxing Zen. That's crazy. Any advice about craziness? Not really, man. I think there's an interesting opportunity with Forex and CFD prop firms. What's up, Mike C, and you guys on Kick, and everybody else on Kick. What's up? Yeah, bro, I just treat it the same. They're 2-step challenges still. I haven't looked at it in forever. They still expensive 2-step challenges with no trailing drawdown. I would take it slow, Probably take it slower than a $4.50 top step 50K like they used to be. Oh, Discord link. There we go. My bad. Yeah, we got a lot of links. Here's what we're going to do, guys. Hang on one second. Check this out. Because I got too many links getting posted. This is what we're going to do. Right now, the form is pinned to the top of the chat because we're doing a giveaway. I don't know, guys. Y'all wanted longs on this? Y'all wanted longs from the breakout? This looks like we're going to get cooked here, chat. We're going to full port the account. Don't worry. They're going to yell at me. But it's giveaway time right now. What was I going to do here? Get this. Yeah, there we go. Too many links in the chat to the person asking for the giveaway form and everything. Here we go. RealDealFutures.com. This is going to be in all of the streams. RealDealFutures.com. You got the link to my 100% free Discord. No course, no VIP, no mentorship, no paid, nothing. Again, I yap about companies that I'm affiliated and partnered with, but you could do whatever you want to do or not do, and you don't have to buy anything to be part of this stream or this giveaway, right? Also on there, all of the socials, man. Real Deal Zach across everywhere. A couple podcasts. If you want to check out other things that I'm using, like Bookmap, it's on there as well. Zach, you go to trade on Tradeovate, or were you changed to TradingView? Mufasa. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce anyone's names. I don't know, chat. I don't know if I'm going to try to get comfortable on TradingView, on Tradeovate directly, or if I'm going to do it on TradingView. Probably going to be TradingView. And I have a reason to like one over the other. I'm not exactly sure, though. I'm honestly not looking forward to that change. 400 contracts at... Yeah, we got quite a bit up there. Between 67.97 and 6,800 on Bookmap. Got quite a bit up there. 25 points higher. I think we hit that. Nice. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna see, guys. You'll watch it live. You'll watch it here. I'm gonna make videos about logging in, trading from TradingView. I like TradingView charts. I was born and raised on TradingView charts. I like the ability to trade right off of them. It's cool. I don't like the lag. I don't know why. TradingView, I love you, man. I love you. You guys are awesome. I love the platform. The UI is sick. It's so easy to use. The mobile is great. Everything is so great. Why on futures do we have a split-second delay? I don't know. So I don't like to complain when everything is so good, but I don't like the way the candles print as much as something like Project X or other platforms. And that's probably not enough to keep me off of it, so I'll probably trade directly from TradingView. But we'll see. You can do a lot of cool stuff with Tradeovate. Plenty of cool stuff with Tradeovate. Born and raised. Yeah. Like some people like born and raised on MT4, MT5, right? Or like whatever platform you learned on, you probably have a preference to that, right? You're born and raised on TradingView. Morgan Stanley no longer expects the Fed rate cut in December. We selling off on it? We selling off on that news? Oh, looking forward to TradingView switch. Yeah, man. Here's what we got coming up. TradingView coming on. Top 1 futures chat. Soon, almost. And Tradeovate and NinjaTrader, but I don't have a graphic for NinjaTrader. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna give you like 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes to get the giveaway form filled out. Zach, you trade options? No, not at all. No options. I trade stonks. And I used to do a lot with crypto, but I don't do anything with crypto anymore. That was before I knew what the hell I was doing. I lost a bunch of money in crypto. Cut my teeth on that one. Told you shorts. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Have you checked out Mentor Q options levels? They are really cool. And I have a heavy hitter, a certified killer actually is the correct Discord name because I have ranks in my Discord. Brian, who was using Mentor Q options levels, right? Key stuff. I think they can be very hard to dispute. I think they're probably great to utilize. Do I think they're any more helpful or predictive than any other stupid discretionary level that I'm going to draw on my chart, or a volume profile or a volume point of control? No, I don't, which is why I don't use them. I like my levels because I have the most confidence in them. There's so many different ways you can find different levels and things that you can use, right? And again, like those levels I've seen, posted and people talk about, it's another line on the chart. There's a whole bunch of narrative behind it, which I think is valid, but I don't think they're any more or less helpful or predictive or useful in structuring risk than really anything else that you can, draw with some consistency. Plus, I think they're pretty expensive. Need help to join the Discord? Shoot me an email. support@realdealfutures.com. I'll send you a direct link. Look, we get everybody solved on here, man. We get everybody in. Don't worry. Trade of it is interesting, and I have back and forth about it. Just haven't settled between it and TradingView. Yeah, TradingView is easier, in my opinion. It's just easier. All right, guys, we are ending the giveaway form right now. We are done. We're shutting this off. We are not accepting responses anymore on the form. We are about to give away a Top 1 Futures straight to Sim Funded Pro account. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting the stream. Shout out you guys for being on the stream. Let's get ready to roll. And before I do this one, guys, remember, because I'm not going anywhere just yet, but remember, no stream for me tomorrow or Monday. Tentative for Tuesday, definitely for Wednesday and Friday. And then nothing for Thursday because it's a holiday. We also have a partial open, I think, on one of those 2 days. I can't remember if it's Friday or Thursday. If you want updates on that, you want to stay involved, you want to know what's going on, I'm going to throw this link in here again. Actually, let me just pin it to the top. Hang on. Throw in the main site because everything's on there. Hop in the Discord. You got the link in the code to Top 1 Futures. You got the link in the code to everything. Here you go. Yeah, bro. Throw me if you can use Discord, throw me an email. support@realdealfutures. We'll get you in. All right, let's run the ducks, chat. As this thing is selling off, chat. What happened? Yo, wanted shorts. We're gonna lose the account, chat. I'm going to have to go back to work at McDonald's or something. This is crazy, bro. Why would you guys do this to me? I'm just kidding. Let's run it, guys. No live if you hopped on late. No trade in the live account. This was the move. I talked about it a lot. Unfortunately, just didn't get it. No good way to structure risk on this. Maybe off of this level. This is pretty clean. This is pretty clean here. Turn back after getting into the 900s. Not enough. Not enough for me to grab a short on this one. But certainly not looking bad at this point. I could see it, but not gonna play nice with me. This is a test account from Trade of 8 Top 1 Futures, which is launching this week. Super psyched up about it. Maybe we hit a DLL on this. Might hit DLL on this. I'm not sure. But in the meantime, guys, we are doing a giveaway. Let's run it. Let's run the ducks. Y'all have been fun. We're hanging out on here. Before I do it, because I know a lot of you guys hop off, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. If I don't see you in Discord, if I don't see you on the live stream next week, because we're no live tomorrow and no live Monday, I'll see you Tuesday, I'll see you Wednesday, I'll see you sometime. Don't miss, if you like the duck races, don't miss next week. You're not going to want to miss the duck races next week. I think we're going to have some fun. I'm thankful. I'm grateful you guys being on here. I'm going to try to express some of that gratitude. Nothing crazy, right? There's other people that are giving away 20 accounts when they stream. We're not doing that, but we're going to have some fun. Let's go, guys. Let's go. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. I saved my win for next week. There we go. Let's go. Hella ducks in the chat. Give me 1 second. Need to feed my duck. She's hungry. Duck races. Duck time. This is for how many accounts? This is for one straight to Sim Funded Pro account today. 50K. Next week, I don't know. You're going to have to tune in to find out. We gave one away yesterday. We gave one away the day before. We're going to see. Random days, random times. We don't always run them. But random days, random times on the streams. Who is short with me? Not me. Chat. Getting cooked on this one, chat. You don't trade with Top Step anymore, right? I do trade with Top Step on the side. We got some side accounts rolling with some other firms. Trade with Lujan. Am I super stoked about what they've done with Project X and everything else? Not at all. And there's a lot of reason for concern in my humble opinion with that. But I have some active accounts with Top Step. I have one payout eligible today. I might snag a payout from them again. But took a payout this week. Probably take another one today. But main focus, Top 1 Futures live account. Right? But I'm just still looking to leverage what I think are other good opportunities that are out there. Along with my own personal live account, where I stand to make or lose what I would consider a sickening amount of money. Relative to prop firms, and then investment brokerages, which I don't like to be not transparent about, that I make a significant amount of money from. Stonks, right? Swing plays, longer term holds, just a straight up investing. That's pretty much the full suite, right? It's a combination of those things. Along with outside stuff that's not traded at all. All right, 22 seconds away. Raziel, ADL King, Rob, 23, Ideer, Stramos, Vikram. We got some stop losses getting hit. Wolf holding really strong. 33. Wolf, you're looking really good down here at the bottom. Who is this coming from behind? Salar, 678. Mufasta taking the wins. The number 69 Duck holding out front really strong. Oh, we got a W in the chat. We got a W in the chat. Number 69, the Naked Duck. It's going neck and neck. That wasn't even a come from behind win, guys. That was not a come from behind win. Very nice. Very nice. Let me see who this is in the chat. Say what's up if you're in the chat. You are, because I read your name before I was answering questions. I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong, by the way. So, again, I have a ridiculous last name. I think you have a normal name, and I'm just an idiot. So, apologies for everybody's name that I completely butcher. I don't think I get them even remotely close. I'm hella lazy with it. So, apologies. Okay, we're just moving fast, trying to rattle off duck race names and silly YouTube names. But I know some of these guys are your actual names, and people care about their names. So I'll always try to be normal about it. Anyway, we got a W in the chat for my man taking this one. Again, this is going to come directly from Top 1 Futures to your email as soon as Tradeovate launches with them, which should be hella soon. If you didn't win today, guys, you know the drill. Tune in on Tuesday. Not tomorrow, because we got no live session tomorrow. This thing is selling off gnarly. We are coming down. We're taking a stop on this one, boys. We're taking a stop on that Tradeovate account. There it is. Chat, what happened, chat? $2 grand we're gonna lose on the demo? I don't know. This looks good up here. But that's the chat trade. Who said the opposite of what everybody says is gonna happen? That chart prints. That's a good call out. Anyway, guys, listen. I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit early here. Appreciate you guys hopping on. If you're not in the Discord, hop in the Discord. Again, we got fun stuff rolling out this week. We got Tradeovate coming to Top 1 Futures and a badass discount. If you want a discount that's better than what will roll out in the email, the Discord, the website, anywhere else outside of another partner or affiliate who also has a good discount, code RDF is going to get it done for you. I'm more than happy to talk about that as soon as it drops from them on the site. Appreciate you guys being on here. Y'all are awesome. Don't worry. Name Tommy. There we go. Nice. Tommy. W's in the chat for Tommy taking the win. Awesome, man. Awesome. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. Kind of an uneventful week like we talked about. We'll see. I'll try to call out. I called out my trade yesterday. I'll try to call out stuff that I got going on. Traveling a little bit. This looks like the demo trade stopped. Nobody sue me. Nobody sue me. We're on the test account. We had the fun chat trade. Chat. Not today, guys. Not today. Anyway, I appreciate you guys having fun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hopping on the duck races. Thanks for hopping on streams. All this fun stuff. Quick disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, but certainly in demo test accounts like this. The Affiliate partners for disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures code RDF, book map we talked about Trade Syncer today. But read that one, guys. I'm biased. I stand to make money. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. Use a code. Don't use a code. Use a link. Don't use a link. Do whatever you want. Hit like. Hit subscribe. I'll still be here yapping away and streaming. Appreciate you guys being here. Trade well the rest of the week. Trade well into next week. I'll be talking to you in Discord. Trade safe, guys. Talk to you soon.